So, I wanted to address something here. These came out of my garden, and I want you to know that even though you plant a lot of plants, you are not guaranteed any kind of harvest. Now, I started harvesting these a little bit early because I noticed, as you can see, some of the kernels were turning bad, and the outside of the husk was turning brown. But I planted close to 32 corn plants, and this is my harvest. This is it. Now, I think that some of you have got a wrong idea of how much room it takes to grow things. So, let's look out here, because I want to show you. Some of you don't realize that you can grow quite a lot of food in a small amount of space. Now, this is my cornfield right here. And as you can see, a lot of the corn has fallen over, which is why I started pulling the corn husk off. Now, I did not pull all of it. There's a couple more in there. And the reason I stopped is, if you can see that little orange can right there, that's a ground hornet nest. And unfortunately, it stung me right in the freaking head. So, but as you can see, my kale has come back. So I will be harvesting this week, along with some of my lettuce. As you see, I'm letting it go to seed, because I wanted to seed these beds so that I'll have harvest next year. But I want you to realize that you are not guaranteed a harvest. Even from my blueberry tree here, which is my big one, I only got maybe a quarter of a pint of blueberries, which for me is fine, because it's just me and the dog and the chickens, right? Now, my tomato plants look absolutely horrible, but I want you to see, I have been feeding the chickens a lot of these tomatoes, and as you can see, I am loaded with tomatoes, so we might be making some spaghetti sauce today. I also have tomatoes over there, okay, along with a squash plant and a watermelon plant and some raspberries. But I want you to realize that even though you plant and you assume that you are going to get a harvest, you are not guaranteed a harvest. You're just not guaranteed it. So I want you to have that in mind, so that you don't have a false assumption that, oh, well, I'm just going to plant all this seed, I'm going to have this massive harvest, and then people tell you, yeah, I know, my sink is full. People tell you that you will have this big harvest, and you've got it in your mind, oh, I bought seeds, I'm good to go, No, that is not true, okay? I want you to know that even though I grow most of my food, I grow a lot of my food, I want you to know that I'm not against buying canned foods, especially stuff that I know I'm no good at growing, such as sweet peas and green beans and corn. See right down there? Cream style corn. You see all these spices? You see, I got all these spices while they were on sale at Walmart. Now, I grow some of my own spices, as you can see. I've got some of my own spices. But I'm not opposed to buying spices. You have to do what is best for you and your family. If you can't grow anything, darling, go buy you some canned food. I got that ravioli off of Amazon That ravioli is $4.23 for 4 cans of raviolis. That's 4 meals for $4.23. If you tell me you can't buy 4 cans of ravioli for $4.23, darling, you're in the wrong business. Okay, because Amazon even takes food stamps. If you tell me you can't go to the store and buy a box of ravioli, noodles, a can of tuna, and a can of peas for $3, darling, you in worse shape than anybody I know. Because everybody I know at least has a couple dollars. If you can't go down there and buy a 39-cent pack of ramen, a 49-cent can of peas, and a $1.19 can of tuna, and put that together and make you something. It might not taste great, but it's a frickin' meal, right? I want you to realize, even though you have seeds, because I'm going to tell you honestly, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. Even though you have seeds, do you see all these? That's all seeds, frozen. Okay? Frozen. So that when I'm ready to use them, I'll take them out, just like I've done these, and let them defrost, because I'm getting ready to do a second planting. I let them defrost for 24 hours, by the way, before I go and plant them. Now, that being said, if you have old seed that's been frozen for 2-3 years, your viability of that seed goes down. So always, if you've had seeds in the freezer for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you want to plant 2 or 3 times what you expect to actually come up. I say that because I've done this for a couple years now. And so I'm trying to tell you and save you from making false assumptions. The false assumption is, oh, I've got seed, I'm just going to throw it in the ground. Yeah, some of it might come up. But every plant has a different requirement. Okay? Every plant has a different requirement for growth. And as I told you earlier on another video, I have been fighting bugs and pests such as moles like mad this year. I mean, like mad. My harvest is about 90% less than what I normally get. So this year I will be using a lot more canned goods than fresh goods because of the fact that this year my harvest sucks. So I want you to have that in mind, especially this month, because this month and next month, you pretty much, that if you're not planting by the end of next month, you are not going to get a harvest this year. So this month and next month, you can start some of your fall gardens. Now, for me, I don't start my fall gardens until like August the 15th. But I am going to try and plant some more cucumbers, because the 5 cucumber plants I had, a mole got to, and I've gotten 9 cucumbers off of 5 plants in 4 months. Because I started them in the house before I put them outside. And they've just been devastated. The same thing has happened with my yellow squash. I think I might get 4 or 5 yellow squash off of 5 plants. I'm probably going to get 1 green pepper 1 out of 12. My cabbage has been absolutely ate down to nothing. You can thank a wild rabbit for that. So this is what happens. Okay, this happens. So I do not count on a harvest. I look forward to a harvest, as I'm sure any small gardener will, but I don't count on it because you are not guaranteed a harvest. This is the time that you start growing things. You start learning what works for your property. Because, let's be realistic, when the economy collapses, which I think we all are seeing a slow collapse now, the ability for you to go and get fertilizer and go and get food will be significantly reduced. So, I want you to think about the fact that you've got it in your mind, oh, I got all kinds of seeds, so when everything goes to crap, I'm just going to go out in my backyard, dig up part of my backyard and start gardening. Okay. You could do that, but there's no guarantee you are going to get a harvest. Hey, baby, you want me to throw the ball? Okay, so Dookie wants to play. Even though he is 12 years old, I think he's in pretty good shape for his age. So I'm going to let y'all go because the dog wants my attention now. He says, you've talked enough on the phone. Time to give me attention. And I just wanted to let y'all know you are not guaranteed a harvest, okay? So always plan A, plan B, plan C, okay? Because I guarantee you, I have done that. And I guarantee you, any prepper that's out there will tell you to have multiple plans, multiple ideas of how to address an issue that might come up, from a poor harvest to a poor hunting season to, you know, my milk cow died. Now all of a sudden we have no milk. So you need to always have that idea in your mind of, okay, well, if this doesn't work, what then? Always do that. Okay? And I'm telling you this because I think people do not realize how hard it is to actually grow food. It is not as easy as, oh, I'm just going to take the seed and I'm going to stick it in some good dirt and it's going to grow and I'm going to get 50 million fruit off of this one seed. No. No. That's not going to happen, darling. You might get one or two, realistically. So, realistically, you need to bring your expectations down to the ground a little bit. And you also need to look at where you live at and what is viable for your area, okay? But I've heard so many people tell me in the last 2 weeks, well, you know, I bought this survival seed vault and I've got it for, you know, when everything goes to crap. And I'm like, okay, do you know how to grow it? Well, no, but I'm sure it isn't that difficult. Okay, you have no idea. And your expectations are not down to earth. So this is my little video out to y'all. Bring your expectations down here to earth. And we'll be talking at you later. Bicycle.